made a skit about it. A lot of you guys commented about it. I've seen a lot of news about this particular topic, so let's talk about it. Speed limits on the Autobahn. Guys, I never thought in a million years this would happen, but a lot of things happen in a million years that we never expect to happen. So let's talk about it. This is not really a James Complain segment, but it kind of is. Welcome to James Complains again. The Autobahn. The lovely Autobahn. For those that are living under a rock and don't know what the Autobahn is, for the people who aren't from Germany, the Autobahn is the only highway in the entire world that has no speed limit, which is pretty amazing. So a lot of people travel far and wide to try this out, you know, like, oh, cool. Like, what is it like to drive on a highway with no speed limit? Now, granted, the country has very high standards for obtaining a driver's license, so it's not too common that people drive super crazy recklessly as, you know, in other countries and whatnot. Not to say that ignorance doesn't happen on the road, but it probably happens a lot less than other countries. In this particular case, as of recently, it was brought to my attention that there was a speed limit proposal that might possibly be implemented on the Autobahn. Now, there's always been a recommended speed to go on the Autobahn. That's always been a thing, but an enforced speed limit, that right there seems like the dawn of World War III. Okay, listen, it starts off with something as simple as putting a speed limit on the Autobahn. Then it escalates to putting limits on how much bread you can consume in a day, right? And then eliminating beer, right? I mean, these are all the things that Germany is founded on: bread, beer, Autobahn. When we think of Germany, those are the three things we think about as foreigners. That's what we think about. That's what we go over there and try all this stuff out. I mean, besides the sausages and all the other stuff like that, that's pretty important. What do you think about this interesting possible thing that is going to happen? Now, what's pretty interesting are the parties that were supporting this speed limit thing, right? So I think it was the CSU/CDU. They're like, nah, that's not going to happen. We're good. As long as you're with us, you're good. But the Grüne Party and the SPD, FDP kind of thought a little bit different. All right, so if that whole coalition is a thing and does take place, best believe we can foresee in the next year or so a Autobahn speed limit take place. Will people abide by it? I don't think they might, but Germany is all about those rules, and you guys have something that we don't have in our country, which is blitzers, aka the mini snitchers. They hide in the bushes and stuff like that, snap pictures of you, and you don't know until you get it in the mail. It's crazy. I need to hurry up and travel to Germany because I wanted to experience the Autobahn and have the experience of driving obscenely fast on the road with no fear of getting pulled over for driving too fast. I mean, obviously at some point there is a speed limit, but on the Autobahn there's not. You know, like I said, recommended speeds and things of you know, that nature. Now, playing devil's advocate, flipping the script, I do understand why that probably was brought up. It's probably for the safety of a lot of people, because I mean, going that fast, I know for me, the fastest I've ever gone on a highway was 120 miles an hour. I can't tell you when or where, but I can tell you that my car felt like it was gliding on the cement, and I did feel like at any point, if someone or something were to jump in front of my car, they would definitely be turned into a distant memory, and I was not too excited about that. So I thought about, you know, when I first got introduced to the idea of the Autobahn, I was like, that seems pretty dangerous, right? I mean, who makes a highway with no speed limits? Because I mean, what if, I mean, I've seen people go crazy fast, and I've also seen really reckless drivers. Imagine being, you know, we all know drunk driving is a thing. It is a thing. It shouldn't be a thing, but it is a thing. So imagine someone being drunk, driving on an Autobahn or any highway that has no speed limit, which would only be the Autobahn, right? And getting into a crazy accident. Like, the accidents on the Autobahn got to be lit committee, but not in a good way. They gotta be like pixie dust vibes, you know what I mean? Like, you can't recover any remains of a body if you get into an accident on the Autobahn. There's rules on the Autobahn, I feel like, that don't apply to regular highways and stuff like that, and correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm probably wrong. But from what I've heard, I mean, you can't really pull over on the side of the road like that, I guess, because it'd be too hectic. Like, what the heck? So many cars going super fast. Obviously, you can't pull over in the median, right? The left-hand side of an Autobahn. That would be way too intense. So I guess if you ever get pulled over driving off of the Autobahn into a place that's a lot more safe would probably be the best order of business. And then of course there's, like, you know, simple rules. You can't pass on the right side, only pass on the left. That's something we have here as well, even though people pass on the right all the time here, and I'm pretty sure people pass on the right a lot in Germany as well. There's a lot of those things. But the big complaint that I had was just not being able to experience driving obscenely. I'm not going to be driving because I don't like driving. But, you know, hopping in someone's car and just being taken on the wildest ride of my life on the Autobahn. Now, would it be scary? Of course, because I still fear the fear of crashing. I mean, not the fear of crashing, but I fear crashing and not being in control of what I could have done to avoid it. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure a lot of people feel that way, but I don't know. I mean, what's the feeling you guys have for those who have experienced the Autobahn, which is probably 99.9% of my audience, considering the 99.9% of my audience is German? What feeling do you get on the Autobahn? I mean, it's a normal way of life, so you probably don't feel anything. But I mean, has the talk of the possibility of a speed limit on the Autobahn, like, does it make you appreciate what you have right now a little bit more, or are you kind of indifferent about it? Do you feel like there should be a speed limit on the Autobahn? Because I have slowly seen a lot of people support this, right? They're like, hey, we should have a speed limit on the Autobahn. Trust me, I've seen a lot of people talk about it, and it's been pretty interesting. I was like, what? Oh shit, okay, cool. But on the other hand, there's a lot of people like, no man, no, please no. I mean, I can also see too a lot more road rage incidents due to the fact that the Autobahn speed limit thing might be a thing. Now, to be fair, I think the recommended speed limit for the Autobahn, I'm not gonna look it up because I'm too lazy, but I'm pretty sure from what I read in a comment, it was like 250 kilometers an hour, or km/h, you guys say, is pretty much the recommended speed and stuff on the Autobahn. People go faster. Actually, just curious, who goes faster than this on the Autobahn? Let me know in the comments down below. Sometimes, actually a lot of times, people go faster, which is insane because I can't imagine going that fast, trust me. Even though, wait a minute, I wonder what 120 miles an hour translates to in km/h. I have no idea. But I'm passing this off to you again. What do you guys think of this whole thing? What do you think would happen if there was a speed limit implemented, and how often would that law be broken? Because right now people are used to this, you know, freedom, ultimate freedom. Literally, it's so popular, everybody around the world will travel to Germany just for that alone, just for the experience of driving with no freaking speed limit. That is insane. But I know that it's a topic that is quite sensitive, because I know a lot of people were not too happy when I brought it up, but I'm bringing it up again. So that's pretty much it. Thank you guys so much for listening to my TED Talk. I'll talk to you guys later. I love you guys so much. Koos, get raus.
Well, 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 what a pleasure it is to see all of your beautiful faces at the end of this lovely video.
Subscribe if you haven't already.
I'm sure you know, as I've mentioned in the past, we do have a Discord that's linked in the description down below, and we would love to have you a part of the world's greatest community ever, Bray Gang. Yes, if you've made it to this point in the video, you're officially a part of the community. So go ahead, join the Discord server. Link is in the description down below. And we also have other social media as well, like Instagram, Twitter. We're live. We go live on Twitch quite often as well. So it would behoove you to, you know, go ahead and subscribe to the Twitch channel at twitch.tv/JamesBrayGang. Join the cause and be a part of the greatest, literally the greatest community ever. Okay, it's simple. Just go ahead and do those little things. We're trying to grow on all these little platforms and everything, and it really means a lot. Now, I know you guys stumbled up across the channel and you're like, what does this guy post? Like, what kind of content does he post? Reactions, vlogs, pretty much whatever comes to my mind. All right, it's random content. I don't know what I'm gonna be posting 10 years from now, but I do know that you can stick along for the journey, and it really means a lot. Now, for every single person that subscribes and follows all of the accounts that I have made, and all the links will be in the description down below, that's an automatic entry for any future giveaways I decide to have. I'll remind you when the giveaways take place, but you'll be surprised what I will be giving away, because you guys have supported me so much up to this point, and it's only right that I do the same thing back. Thank you guys so much for being amazing, and I will see you in the next video. Take care. Peace.